It's a follow-up to some of the walnut stuff I've put up. We grow hundreds of walnuts most years in pots usually, or on top of compost piles or old mulch piles. And this year we did it in crates on a pallet on 1/2-inch hardware cloth for air pruning. I think, they make good roots that way. They don't tend to taproot and then have a broken taproot. So that's why people like air pruning beds. We had bigger roots doing it the way we did before, but it took a little more soil, perhaps. This is probably a little easier for most people. If you're doing thousands of nuts, you want to make an air pruning bed, probably. Akiva Silver explains that a bit, and some other people do as well. But this works fine for hundreds of nuts. I think I put 300 nuts in this, and I had a low germination rate because my root cellar froze. Our newer root cellar froze a bit. We haven't dialed that one in yet. And so I think that knocked the germination down. They can freeze for sure, but maybe it froze multiple times. And I've had them freeze in pots that I grow them on. I've made a video before about growing them in pots. But you can see there's no real taproot that's messed up here. And they're very nice fibrous roots. So they'll take really well. These will get root cellared now in a way that I will make sure it doesn't dry out, which also can happen. And I'll just basically, with about this much material on them, maybe I'll put a little sawdust in it and put it in a plastic bag, the roots, and tie it around right here where my hand is really good, so they don't dry out at all. And as long as they're between 30 and 40 consistently, 45, they should stay pretty dormant. And now I'm holding my phone in one hand, so I don't want to pull them apart as I would with both hands. But basically, these fish out pretty good. You can soak this whole clump too in water. I don't want to get them all soaked before putting them away. That's fine. So I probably got about 120 or something from 300 nuts. Normally we get like almost 100% germination. So you can do in 6 milk crates like this, you can do 250 nuts pretty easily. 300 nuts. Look at that. That's a nice one. So this is our 2nd generation walnut. We picked the nicest seed from our Ashworth strain of nuts. And interestingly, the nuts that didn't take in here, you can see a bunch of them, are edible. That's what my son is doing right now. He's eating those. Good job, mister. How is that? Nom, 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 nom. This is called the Master Cracker. I have a video about that as well. You want to put them in like this and then slide. So you can slide this whole thing this way, then crack it. Try that. Now crack it. Yep. Oh, good job. And that opens it more. Yeah. So great way of processing them. So hundreds more trees, dozens and dozens more trees. We're always planting more. I'm gonna actually sell some of these for the first time. I've usually just given a few select ones away to people who I know will really care for them. And I've been planting plantations more every year and guerrilla planting them around high in the watershed. But now I have enough and we're planted out enough that I will actually part with more of them and sell them. So let me know if you're interested. These will ship very easily. I could ship them soon, or definitely in April, late March. This is Baptisia from seed. Great perennial, herbaceous perennial. We'll also probably root cellar those. I don't think I'll get them in the ground this winter. Although you could, or this fall.